Welcome to another show, Mr. Phi Encounters, where we bring you around the town around South Carolina and Charleston. And today I got with me Mr. Kwick himself. This man has been around. Let's get this straight. I met this man one day on a Saturday coming back home from a show to do with the Chance Podcast. Shout out to the Chance Podcast and also the Bar 9 Podcast and the Laundry and Laundry Podcast and every other podcast that I have that I can't name right now. But Donna J, shout out to Donna J, long time coming. They were shooting a music video out here. Mm-hmm. And me and Craig just got cool because he was like, no offense, he was the only white guy out here. I'm like, hey, you want to see what I do out here? And we just got cool like that. Now, ever since then, Craig, you have been on the move. Like, honestly, I've been to every meeting of the mind since 2 years ago. So when I first started with them doing this show, like recording their shows. Mm-hmm. And I have not seen it, but then recently it's like you just popped out of nowhere and everybody loves you. I'm not going to cap about that. Like, everybody loves you because you're, like, I'm not going to lie. And I'm, no offense, my first time meeting you after, like, when you came to the show, I'm like, oh, cool, it's Malibu Most Wanted. But I was like, the thing is that I wasn't saying that as a mean way. It's like, honestly, I respect you because you're passionate about everything you do. You know, you have exactly the mindset of what you want to do. And that's good. You're not changing from nobody. So, and also we're going to get on his late night concerts and how y'all can find them. But thank you so much for coming on my show, man.
I'm glad to be with you, man.
Quick, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Dillon, South Carolina, Little Rock, LRG, what's happening, 843.
Now, what year? Hold on, I'm sorry, just what year? What year did you come from Dillon?
I moved down here in 2013, and I was in Ladson, now I'm in Johns Island. Been bouncing around the Charleston
one of
area.
my frat brothers, he is now, I think, the band director or the chorus director in Dillon.
Oh, yeah?
Brandon. He's a little skinny guy. He went to Bethune-Cookman with me. He's my frat brother for Phi Mu Alpha. But but I got some people out there. One guy named Matthew Postley, I believe.
I know him, bro. He was in my grade since fucking 5th grade.
So Matthew, I will make sure I tag Postley in this. Just know this. I was the upperclassman when he joined Cookman band. He was a trombone player, correct? Uh-huh. And I used to get on his nerves, but Matthew, I love you to death, man, because during his sophomore year and his junior year until I graduated, because of him, we had this whole thing going on in school where I used to sell DVDs. Uh-huh. Bootlegs, CDs and 3D and DVDs, plates, beats, and everything else. We had people who made beats.
People don't know about that.
We had people who made plates. Matthew Parks would make yellow rice, fried chicken, string beans, all kind of like a Thanksgiving meal from a dorm room hot plate. But less on that. But go ahead, Craig. So you from Dillon High School? Anything like that?
Yeah, man. That's a small world. I can't believe you name dropped somebody I'm in 5th grade with. That's wild.
I would say I think Lamar Odom. He's not the basketball player, but he's that was his name on Facebook, Omar. But you keep on going outside, man. This memory lane out.
I know, man. It's like it'll come to you. Yeah, man. Originally, I'm from Dillon. Grew up there. I was actually born in Elizabethtown, North Carolina. Grew up in...
where's that?
Elizabethtown is part of Durham.
You said Elizabethtown, North Carolina? Mm-hmm. Is that Queen City?
Shit. I couldn't tell you, bro. I only stayed there for about 2 weeks, and I moved to Durham.
I remember that because... I think my freshman year, we went up there to A&T, and then we had something in Elizabeth City. I remember that because it's the Queen City, something like that, but it's like Elizabeth City. I remember that. So it's funny that everything that we've been going through, I've been basically you've been around me for a minute now.
Yeah, just hovering around, just waiting to make that connection. That's crazy.
I guess you are my brother there. Mama, you ain't tell me something, I guess.
No, here we are.
Okay then. So after Dillon and Elizabeth City, then what?
I moved down. I grew up in Dillon. I moved down here 2013.
Okay.
I was I wasn't really social. I didn't get out like that. I kind of stayed to myself.
That changed.
Yeah. Up until this past November, I hadn't performed since 2013. So like I went like 3 years without making a mixtape. Every once in a while, I drop me a single and stuff. And I had people on like my YouTube channel would comment like, "Yo, you still alive, bro?"
So in that case, man, since you basically dropped the bar in 2013, tell me this: what got you started in doing music? And on this show here, we're gonna ask you some of the weirdest questions, but it's gonna be to get the people to know you. So,
well, that's kind of an interesting story. I got into rap music probably when I always forget that I probably listened to M like back when I was in like 3rd grade or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie, me too.
But so I always forget that I did listen to M back then, but I really like got into rap like when I started listening to DMX and Snoop, and that was about around when I was 12.
Okay, so pause on that then. Give me your top 5.
My top 5.
I'll give you mine like easy. It's gonna be Jay-Z, and not in the right order, but Jay-Z, Eminem, Tech Nine now, and then it's gonna be Biggie. Sorry, not Tupac, and then Kendrick Lamar and Childish Gambino is gonna share that part. But for you, who are you?
Damn, you killing me with the 5. I damn made myself narrow it down to 10.
I mean, but, you can give me for everybody else who I have asked the top 5 questions. Fine, you know what? I gave y'all a leeway too. So go ahead, give me that 10.
Let's see. I can say like my number 1, and after my number 1, I ain't in no particular order. So my number 1 is Wayne. Then I'm gonna have to say I got Gucci, Jeezy, fucking Cole, Nas.
So right now you showing your age, like you in that young age for real. Me and you the same age though.
Yeah.
But then again, like it's all based on what you was going through around that time that made you listen to them. Cause I mean, for me, I listen to Jay-Z because around that time with Jay-Z when Blueprint came out, I think that was around that time where, Blueprint, yeah. I was basically trying to find who I was.
Right.
So, and this leads up to the next question then. What was that inspiration to make you find who you was? Like, who made Kwick? Other than you?
I almost feel like Kwick kind of like pre-existed, and I just kind of like he just inhabits my.
So like a Hulk and Bruce Banner type thing where the Hulk was already inside him, but you just
I didn't know it until a certain time. But yeah, I started rapping when I was like 12 years old, and it all came from just me feeling myself. Like I started like just in class get some crushes coming back your way and everything. You start feeling yourself and try to find a way to express yourself. So that was kind of like the source of
like
me.
The little, back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. You all on me.
Right. They all on me. Yeah.
Okay. Now, speaking of that, so the stuff that you did back then, what would you think you would have changed now? What do you change back then? Like, for me, like, okay, you know how on Facebook you see that meme or that post saying how if you would take the $10 million right now, or if you can go back all the way back to where you were this age, what would you change? And you still know everything you know now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would go back in time and still everything I know now. Cause I think going back then, I'll probably be like, you know what? Let me start this early and see where I can build from it from back then.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had that opportunity, what would you do?
I just have to tell myself, like, man, don't let nobody stop you. Like, don't let nobody try to hold you back.
Oh, no. You're not going back to tell them. You're going back to relive it.
I'm about to relive it?
But you already know everything.
Whoa.
So
I'm
basically,
not going to let them stop me.
So basically, you would have like at least
pushing through that shit.
If you're going back to like age 12, you have 20 years of knowledge of what's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
And you can redo everything and make the right choices to make benefit you. Or would you just take the $10 million?
Man, I'd go back and just tell myself. I'd go back and
do.
Yeah, I'd go back and do it differently. I go back and do it differently. I go back and say, like, quit fucking around. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody tell you this is a far-fetched
Because
idea.
now that I know, because basically to me it's like, well, now that I know the end goal, like the end game, like, you know what? Let me go ahead and improve that end game. Like $10 million, that's a quick and easy thing. You can lose that if you don't invest right. But now, so we talked about where you from. We talked about how you started. Now, how did you come up with the name Too Kwick? In fact, give me the full name. Because you have give me Kwick IRL, you have give me Kwick Too Kwick.
That's my official rap name is Too Kwick. I got many aliases, but Too Kwick is the official rap name.
Give us all the aliases, that way in case something happens, we can always find your music.
Okay, yeah, Too Kwick is my official rap name.
Okay.
It's the number 2, space, KWICK.
Okay.
So, and on Facebook, you find me Kwick IRL.
Okay.
And on YouTube, it's Kwick 843.
Okay. Now, why do you say 843 now? Everybody in Charleston say 843. We don't do that 843 around here.
Because I always did the same thing. But it just had like a ring to it to me because I would start reading it almost like it was a time. Like
I'm not gonna lie, like now that you said it, like it does sound like a little bit better, like 843. Like it sounds a little bit more classy, I guess. Cause I've been saying 843 for my whole life. So like,
I always
843.
So I came up with that tagline for when I started like trying to get like real serious about my YouTube channel. I was like youtube.com/Kwick843. There's a time and place for everything. And I would say it like it was a time, 843. There's a time and place for everything because the time is 843. The place is 843.
So it's safe to say that you will post everything that you have at 843 then?
Well, that would be interesting. Like, you know exactly when I'm gonna drop.
In that case, then, hey, Mr. Phi Productions, we are here for everything. so we got to how you started. Now, what do you see? Like, what's your genre of music? Like, what is your passion?
Man, I just enjoy getting out there and just living life, man. Taking every opportunity I can get, and positive opportunities. Like we were talking about a little bit earlier. Like I was really antisocial for a while. You know, I've been through a lot of shit, and it kept me. And like I said, like I listened to a lot of people, and I let people put me through shit, and I kept myself down. So and I went through a lot of shit, like health wise, like mentally, and now I'm at a point where, you know, I value life. I value genuine people, just people being good to each other. And, you know, just going out there and, you know, creating art, creating something together. You know, no matter if you ever see a dime from it, like at the end of the day, you on your deathbed, you only say, I did some cool shit, you know. Okay. I did something cool with my life.
Okay, then. Now, as you see on this show right now, we don't really take this whole shy thing going on right now because for some reason this guy is never shy around me, and for some reason I believe he being shy. So we about to show one of his previous episodes, one of his previous performances that I had the honor of recording one time.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like a quick little 5 minutes, but after this, he's gonna give you his social media, everything else, and his final words, but also something more cool about himself because I want him to open up to you guys. We'll be right back.
Beat track, girl, a lot comes out. I blow your mind at the crib, call it shotgun house. Head over heels like you're flexible. And I just say it up like it's edible. Arrangements can't be made cause you mad fine. Watch the nights, you can't catch me at a bad time. Feels like I'm hanging by my feet, but there's a few more shots. Cause my Nike's starting to look like the Newport box. My world's upside down. Sweetie, if you show it to me, I'ma show it to you. Cause your loyalty is all that I want. And baby, when you lay on my chest and look in my eyes, you'll see my heart. And you'll be on it. And you'll be on it. And you'll be on it, literally. And you'll be on it. 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 I need a girl with class. I ain't talking about the bodies, man. It's like that there's a I'ma show it to you, cause your loyalty is all that I want. And baby, when you lay on my chest and look in my eyes, you see my heart, and you'll be on it, 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 and you'll be on it. You know you want it, girl, yeah, you know you want it, girl, something real like myself. I know you want the world, you been told you was gorgeous, that ain't new to years. But these new earrings, but these hoops and years, just because it's Tuesday, just because you woke you, to see us together, that it made them confront you. But you find it in the line between love and hate. Tell them haters I love you. One man's trash, girl, I ain't gonna dump you. You treasure. The first time I saw you, I love you. I'm built like Shawn Michaels if my heart will break. But let's not go there though. Let's go on a date and do it anyway. All sweetie, if you show it to me, I'ma show it to you. Cause your loyalty is all that I want. And baby, when you lay on my chest and look in my eyes, you'll see my heart, and you'll be on it, and you'll be on it, and you'll be on it, and you'll be on it. I'll write a remix, and you'll be on it, and you'll be on it, and you'll be on it. Hey, yo. Okay, so the rumor's true. Yeah, that boy Kwick is back. Yeah, I'm on call time. I'm breaking in, I'm getting back. They got you no more in the side. Cause my dog's gon' be feeling that. But now I'm in the building and I ain't getting the building back. Better hope it's still intact. Cause you know I be feeling that. Easy up, I don't know where the ceiling's at. Get it back, tick, tick, all time. Oh, push me still on that. I'm on it about an hour ago. Go see if you can get it back. It's quick, get it, the kid is gonna get it in. Like a submission, I go for the submission win. You least suspect it, and then I go for the submission win. That cold shoulder get you stuck, call it winning jam. Yeah, that one time for my girl, man, shout out that boy in the land. I'm the obvious choice, young Quick with the man. I'm the day to see up. Yeah, they call me dinner plans. They get the lyrics I'm spitting, man. You probably twist a switch and man, and instantly the grammars in, and we just call it Instagram. Yo, we just call it Instagram. Okay, so the rumor's true. Yeah, that boy Kwick is back. Yeah, I'm on call time. I break it in, I'll get it back. They got you no more live inside. Cause my dog's gon' be feeling that. But now I'm in the building and I ain't getting the building now. Better hope it's still intact. Cause you know I be feeling that. Easy up, I don't know where the ceiling's at. Hit it back, tick, tick, all the time. Oh, cause we still on that. I'm on it about an hour ago. We'll see if you can get it back. My shit, I'm saying, ain't nobody going harder than Kwick. Transplant cooler, I done put my heart in this shit. Let's get it.
Appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I can give y'all one more thing. I got one more thing to tell y'all. I said, I gave y'all everything, just like y'all expect me to. Even if I get feedback from the mic, like a Yelp review. That Carolina sky's the limit. I'm on that crescent moon. I'm going in. They gon' have to dig me. No exit wound. This is the type of wound that you need to apply pressure to. Y'all can't panhandle this. Come on, man, I'm begging you. When I was at the brink of destruction, I wonder where were you? One foot from the other, to find out who you step into. Quickness.
Let's go.
Let's go. Y'all give it up once again.
We are back again with Kwick right now, and he about to give us his final words now. So tell the people, what do you want to say to everybody? Like, what do you want them to know about you? Because one thing about this show is that we want to make sure you get free publicity, but also most of all, we want people to know who you are, because everybody else they want you to pay for everything. They want you to, you got to pay to basically tell people your story.
All right.
I'm giving you this right here as a free option to basically say what you want to say, because honestly, this is your channel. It's not my channel, even though it's my name on it. This is the artist's channel. I want y'all to tell your fans what you want them to know. Go ahead.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I just gotta let them know, you know, to me, like, this shit is not like a fucking game. Like, it's not like, it's, you know, like I said, like, I like to have fun with it and everything. But like I was telling you, everything that I went through, man, like, this is my motivation for life, you know. Like, quick, it doesn't mean speed, it means life. Like, it's the archaic sense of the word quick. The two represents dualism, duality, or soul dualism, multiple souls, and the quick represents life. So, like, this is about life to me. Like, it's about, like, you know, finding a reason to live, to keep going, to be something to be proud of, something to do instead of, like, you know, it's easy to, like, get consumed by darkness and shit. It's easy to get consumed by all kinds of shit, like, in the world, depression, fucking all kinds of shit. This is shit that I really went through, and I'm a big believer in people, you know, finding an outlet and finding someone like can reach out and getting like a community. And like I feel like I got my community now. I got my people, you know, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody who really like genuinely shows me love, because you know, it's needed and it's very much returned. Like, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all.
It's not just needed, it's deserved, man. Cause even though I'm not everybody at 787 and long time coming, everybody else that the dust associated with the Meeting of the Minds, I can honestly say, we actually do love you, man. You like, for real, you're one of us. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if one day they have you hosting or something like that. And honestly, stay tuned, because I believe he said he has a feature coming up.
Yep.
But stay tuned for that, people, because even though that's going to be on the Meeting of the Minds page, I'm going to make sure, even though I'm making it, that's going to be on my page as well, because this is my homeboy. Like, you rarely hear me say this is my people, but this man right here is one of my people, and this is my endorsement. So I don't care what anybody says, because you one of my people that I honestly can say that I fuck with.
For real, man. You too, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Now, so social media wise, even though he already gave it us again, give the people your social media again, man.
Facebook.com/2Kwick. That's 2KWICK. You can also find me Facebook.com/2KwickMusic, Instagram.com/Kwick_IRL, YouTube.com/Kwick843. That's the time and place for everything.
Now, just know, in the middle of this episode, we already showed his performance at the Meeting of the Minds. Now, at the end of this show right here, we're going to have a poetry slam. Now, he probably didn't know I was going to do this, but recently he performed at the For the Love of Poetry poetry slam, sponsored by Georgia Nubia and Divine, with Bree and Nadia Love. No, Nadia. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm bad with names. So, with that being said, no further ado, stay tuned, because after this we're gonna have Kwick doing his poetry. Now, thank you so much for joining me on Mr. Phi Productions, on Mr. Phi Encounters, and this is 1 week before my wedding, man. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, man, I'm happy for y'all. I'm
Yes,
glad to be a part of this, man.
And hopefully I have more parts. In fact, we have some more parts coming up, because we won't tell you. We'll just tell you the name. No, in fact, stay tuned for a movie.
Okay.
Stay tuned for a movie. Let's say it like that.
See, man, they be that shower talk. I told y'all that be shower talk. Thank you, Jordan. You were the shit. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So that was dope. Oh, y'all, that was really dope. I didn't think it was coming that dope. That was fire. That shit, you did say that. You said that shit. I did it for her last night. She said, that was dope. That was dope. Okay.
I expect to see her on the album somewhere too.
On what album?
Whatever album. Your album.
It's no, that's just for live shit when we be having fun. Like, it ain't gotta be.
That's the best music.
That just be fun shit. What?
I think you should have somebody and then a chorus, and then have somebody play back the beat, play back, and then next time, Joe will come in.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever you
At least
say.
5 minutes. Like 5 minutes.
All right, cool. Well, that was dope. All right. Well, so, you know, I called him up in the freestyle because, you know, he the next artist coming to the stage. Yeah, I recently met this guy, and I'm not going to lie, he dope as fuck. So I'm excited to see what he about to do tonight. Y'all, we got Too Quick up here to show him a whole lot of love. I know, right? I like seeing brother.
She done beat me up, so I gotta live up to
Yeah,
it.
you got to.
Well, you know her, they call me Too Quick. I also go by Kwick in real life, that's Kwick IRL. Quick in the dead, you know. Quick doesn't actually mean fast. I haven't really explained that to a lot of people yet. Quick actually means like the archaic sense, like life, like bringing back to life. Like, so I'm trying to bring life to life. Like, I'm trying to make life worth living, you know. So this is something that I wrote whenever I was going through like some hard shit, some dark times to be honest. But I contemplated about giving this to y'all tonight, and I thought, you know, eventually, like, everybody knows everything's not always like sunshine and rainbows all the time. Like, sometimes you go through some hard shit and you gotta face it, and the way I do it is through my art. Back in the day I had something called hard times and soft clocks, which meant, you know, when you're going through hard times, you go to your soft clocks, like your art. So that's like my escape and everything, but that's something I put into, put all this into this right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this for y'all. I said, I've been abandoned because they couldn't take my mental issues. And when these issues comes the feeling of just being crippled. When you really want to tell them, look, I really miss you. But it's people who you miss who don't want to hear it. So you learn no matter how much that you really miss them, you gotta bottle shit up when nobody listens. If anybody listens, and nobody gets them. When he's left waiting by the road, and nobody gets him. Close to traffic, not giving a fuck if somebody hits him. It'd be hard to miss him. I get dealing with my shit can be your hardest mission, and it can get awkward. Cause I'm not normal, but antisocial behavior, this is a common symptom. It gets hard on us both, so you stop insisting. But if I ever open up, I hope you stop and listen. If you're busy, then it's cool. But if you stop a minute, you hear the ramblings of a madman and the heart of vengeance. But maybe you'll understand what it's like when you got an illness. And what it's like to have to lie to yourself to stay alive, not to commit suicide, can't work 9 to 5, so it's hard to make an honest living. And if you're not willing to be honest with yourself about that, at least I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna just say, fuck y'all. Y'all some godless bitches. Act all religious, hold the world to your standards, but if anyone questions your faith and morality, you get all defensive. So is empathy for liberal snowflakes or for pompous Christians? And I'm not just coming at y'all's religion. This is for all religions. I'm a survivor coming out. It's like a competition, but it's not a competition. Don't minimize shit just because you don't have it fixed or don't want to fix it. I refuse to be victimized, but I refuse to compartmentalize just because I'm too much of a bitch and scared of being called a victim. All that logic is flawed, thoughtless, senseless. But this is just something that I thought I mentioned. This is for anyone. Look, it's non-specific. I'm just sick of what I'm hearing being so condescending. Even if I hear it and think, they ain't mean it that way, I'm just probably tripping. Or is it guerrilla marketing? We call it blending. They must think I can take anything life throws at me. I ain't a fucking CRV or a Honda Civic. But with consideration, I'ma just plot the trip. Know a little goes a long way. Hard roads ahead and hard decisions. And I can't tell you the future. I don't watch The Simpsons. I ain't Homer Simpson, homie. I don't sense it just because Homer sense it. You want to know the future? You better watch the Jetsons. But if you want me to tell you things I have no way of knowing, instead of me just coming clean and being honest with you, I guess I can look into the art of grifting. Without a briefcase swapping and watching this thing, I'm not cut out for this. But maybe over the weekend, I can make a fake hospital and forge a building. Give me enough time, I can block your senses. Make you think you in the 1950s in a black and white world and call it WandaVision. You want division or you want division? Thank y'all, thank y'all. I really contemplated, do I do this tonight? Like, it's a really personal piece for me. So I figure, you know, at the end of the day, the real me's gonna come out eventually. So I might as well go ahead and put that out there now and let y'all decide whether you fuck with it or not, right? So I appreciate y'all fucking with me, and I appreciate y'all letting me feel the love. You make me feel really comfortable to deliver all this to you. If y'all want to get in touch with me, facebook.com/2Kwick. That's 2KWICK. Y'all can check me out, youtube.com/Kwick843. There's a time and place for everything.